Well, hello, my Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for November 2019. This full moon in Taurus to new moon in Sagittarius. I got the dates written down for you. Full moon is on the 12th, coming up pretty quickly. You might be watching this afterwards. It's okay. It's a 2-week period. And the new moon is on the 26th. So it's from a Tuesday to a Tuesday, which is a little rare in my memory. Usually there's a, it doesn't usually start and end on the same day of the week. So I'm thinking there's something a little bit more Mars-oriented with that Tuesday, Tears Day, Day of Mars. Just to let you know, for my if you're new to the channel, I am Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, wearing Aber Zombie and Witch, because why? I am a professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, and quite not undead. Zombies are not my thing. No, but I've been dealing with some vampires in my life. Stake through the heart, and they're to blame. I am clearing out, got a little bit of a touch of a sinus infection, head cold, something. I made out with a school teacher. Kids, they're petri dishes with legs. No. But that's okay. I got my garlic and honey. I've had this thing in my fridge for a couple of years. It's like witchy-cillin, penicillin, and I'm drinking water. This is not Pinot Grigio. It's just bottled water. It's pure water in blue glass. Because I have to hydrate. I got the Dayquil lined up if I really need it. So getting these readings done. So let's talk a little bit before we dive into the reading. You have to do exposition. Otherwise, people don't know who you are, what you're doing. This is a general read. Okay, it's only Sun, Moon, Rising. I'll add Venus for relationship stuff, Mercury for the Mercury retrograde. Go watch your Samhain read, because that's still going on, obviously. Mercury retrograde and Samhain tide. So if it doesn't click, it's not your reading, all right? But the prayer that I do every time, I pray, I shuffle, and I pray on each of the decks, P-R-A-Y, not P-R-E-Y. You get me, Scorpio. That this be truly helpful, that it be a blessing, to whoever's watching you. So even if it's like 5% of the information is for you, fine, go check your other signs. I'm really good at this. I've been doing it since I'm 12. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much. We're getting closer and closer every day to that 1,000 subscriber mark, so I can do super live chat. I don't know why I want to do it. I just really want to do it. It's an intuitive thing. So help my manifestation. Well, yeah, just like and subscribe, newbies. I'm fun, too, and I can deliver really harsh info with such loving compassion and humor. A spoonful of sugar, though I ain't no Mary Poppins. I'm more of a piper. I blow shit up. Virgo Sun, Leo Rising, Pisces Moon. Yeah. So, what do I need, read? What do I need? It's not about the path of true love, although it may indicate. It's not about your finances. It's about going directly to the divine, hence divination systems. About asking, what do I need? We think we know what we need, right? We think we know. The mind. The ego, well, the ego has desires. The soul has needs, but boy, does the ego feel like its desires or needs, right? And that's all good. That's okay, embracing the shadow and all of that. But it's sort of like picking, some people pick a daily oracle card or a daily tarot card, If you can fine-tune that to what do I need, it gives you a different way of looking at what's going on in the divine plan for you. So it's like, what do I need? What do I need to play the game today in the most fulfilling way for the well-being of all? That's what this is, but we're looking at the waning moon, right? From this full moon to new moon next in November. Cool. What else? There's something else I wanted to say. Oh, please remember to breathe. I'm going to do my best. I neti potted and everything this morning. So I appreciate any well wishes that you want to put in the comment about feel better. It's like, honey, I'm a witch and I'm a healer. And it's so funny. All the mother archetypes in my life freak the fuck out the moment I get even like a little sniffle. They're like, oh God, take care of yourself. It's like, yes, mothers. Night, mother. Such a fucked up play. Okay, so I think that's it. Allow the third eye to do its thing as it detoxes grade school kid germs. Second hand, third hand, fifth hand. I'll be fine. This is why I let my guides do all the work. Cool, cool. Take a deep breath. Inhale everything that you need right in this moment from spirit, chi, prana, reiki, shmeiki, eggs and bakey. Breathe it in. And exhale anything that's ready to go, because baby, I'm ready to go. I heard that song on the radio driving around yesterday. Such a great song. Here we go. Breathe. My collective pantheons of angels, gods, goddesses, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please, one card in clarity. The dominant archetype from the Caroline Myss archetype cards. What is the dominant archetype that this Scorpio collective needs to address, look at, lift the shadow into light, alchemize the lead into gold for this full moon to new moon next, November 2019? Prostitute. Prostitute. Now don't click off right away. It's not what you think. It's, well, might be what you think. The prostitute archetype is one of the 4 survival family archetypes that everybody has. And it's not about being a hooker, unless that's your situation. But in the collective, you need to know, well, Scorpio, right? The Virgo crossed his legs. Everybody has to deal with this. Corporations have to deal with this. It's really about negotiating your spirit, right? One of the previous signs got this. I don't remember which one. So let's read the shadow and then the light on this, and then this will serve as the main energy for this reading, and every other card will be clarifying that, giving you more information about what it is that you need to let go of, right, that needs to wane in your life. By the way, all the cards that I read, all the decks, are in the description box below. Please go over this Virgo created description box, because I'm very meticulous about it. I've got my classes and workshops on Vimeo on there. I got my ebooks on there, all sorts of stuff. So I even have a PayPal me. So if you want to support the channel, you can PayPal me, or just go get, watch one of my vids. Go get one of my books. Words of Grace is really good. Spell Basics is the first one I did. Oh great, here comes the garbage men. Man, they just have to wait. You might hear some background ka-chunk, ka-chunk. So here we go. The prostitute archetype. Breathe. And up goes the dumpster. It's right in front of my window. And breathe. Inhale, let's consider that an exhale. Let go of the garbage. Let go of the trash. Let go of that which no longer serves for the well-being of all. And so it is. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Not you, the garbage man. Okay, the shadow attribute of the prostitute archetype. Places material consideration and security above self-empowerment, right? Totally. If you think of prostitution, it's like, well, I really should empower myself. I should really take this job and shove it. I should leave this toxic situation, but... right? There's that, the prostitute's butt. Anal. But now look, everybody does that. Everybody has to grow through that. Why? Because the prostitute, the saboteur, the victim, the child have all been with us since birth, right? And all lifelong. They're called Chronos archetype, Chronos time. They're always going to be in operation like the trunk of a tree, and all of your other archetypes are branches and leaves, right? So this is an opportunity for you to really address that. Like, what is it that is toxic? What is it that's not serving you? That you really know you need to empower yourself and walk away from. We're talking about waning moon here, letting go, releasing, healing on, chipping away at it, whatever. But it's like, but I don't know, I may be uncomfortable. I don't want to have that conversation. I don't want to have that situation. I don't want to deal with it, right? But now here's the gold that we're all shooting for, right? So get that you're healing this for the collective of all humanity too. The light attribute accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Yeah, absolutely. This is one of the first 4 readings that I did. Oh, I started with Pisces and worked backwards because I'm a Pisces moon and I feel like my Pisceans are always last. There are some readers who jump around. I don't know. Maybe they pick them out of a hat. I don't know. I'm a Virgo. I'm going to be systemic. But I'm going to go backwards for this time for retrograde, Mercury retrograde. So this being the dominant energy in your life, sure, it's about survival, right? physical survival, mental survival, emotional survival, spiritual survival, however that plays itself out in the collective. Remember, these are collective readings. I'm reading hundreds of thousands of people here trying to go with the guides and the divine to sort of steer me, navigate me through this. So let's get some clarity on that from the Healing with the Angels Oracle. Breathe. School teacher. I'm a teacher, I just don't teach kids. My angels, please, one card in clarity for this Scorpio collective. There you are. Sun, moon, rising sign for this full moon to new moon next November 2019. This prostitute archetype, can you please clarify that for us? Well, playfulness. So maybe there is a lighter sense around this, or you're just playing along. Right? Scorpio, y'all can be a bit covert. I mean, it is your sign. It is 8th house. Other people's resources, mysticism, secrets, all that kind of stuff, deep hidden mysteries. But I know, never try and keep a secret from a Scorpio. They're the detectives. They will find shit out. So, a playful prostitute, hooker with a heart of gold. The actual prostitution, like what, selling your body for money, is like 5% of this archetype, right? So don't get butthurt about it. But it's okay. We all have to deal with that, right? Like leaving a job where you're being abused, but perhaps paid well, and wanting to having a much better job that pays less, and you stay with the pay more and put up with it because, you know, it's about faith, right? The prostitute archetype is the guardian of faith. That to have faith in the divine plan, to have faith in yourself. So if you can change that to, all right, let's play through this. Let's see. Let's, you know, take some steps. Let's shake the dice and steal the rice if necessary. We're going to ask the Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the voices of the goddess for what's going on. Now, in other reads, when I do, when I use these two decks like I did for the Path of True Love reads that I just did, it's Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. This is not necessarily so. This is just POV from the GODDESS, right? Point of view of the goddess. So breathe. My goddesses, please, one card in clarity. For this Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising sign for this full moon to new moon next November 2019. Considering it is Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, can we please have one card of clarity to help this Scorpio? And the card of deception jumped the fuck out the deck. Okay. Now, of course, there are a couple of different meanings to that. If you look at this card, it looks very much like the Two of Swords. In the Rider-Waite Tarot, what we call the traditional tarot, although the Tarot Marseille came out before that, but it's a totally different design. Pamela Coleman Smith redesigned the whole deck, listening to music and painting, and really she brought through an amazing system that most tarot decks are based on. What Fiona Morgan did was had the artist take the image of the Two of Blades and put two more underneath it, right? So something is hidden. Now, are you hiding this? Prostitutes hide things in the shadow, right? They don't want people to know. They'd rather be comfortable than empowered in the shadow. So you might be playing this very close to your chest, but there's also an indication that there might be something going on behind the scenes here that you're not aware of. Now, like I said, I don't keep secrets from Scorpios. They're intuitive AF, right? Y'all are going to tune right into it. Your detective nature is going to go in. You're going to spy. You're going to snoop. You're going to do whatever you got to do to find out the truth. And no one will fucking know about it either. Great private investigators, I would think. So yeah, even the vibe I'm getting about that is like, go ahead, be playful, but there's shit going on, right? Play along, but there's shit going on. It feels like you have a plan here, or you will, right? About letting go of what needs to be let go. Now, the truth is, and this is not for all of you, but that if you really work on that prostitute archetype, bringing it into, I don't know, the hooker with the heart of gold, the hooker with the heart of faith, trusting the divine plan, then you might be able to stay in this job. You might be able to stay in this situation, whatever it is, understanding that it's here to help you learn, heal, grow, and let go of some toxicity. But I find when we do that internal work, the universe then rearranges everything and we find ourselves out of it, or completely understanding, this situation happened so that I would heal this within myself. And then sometimes everything works out, right? It's like you change something on the inner, the whole quantum paradigm of life on planet Earth from the fifth dimensional consciousness. It's all about your healing, and your healing heals all, little by little by little. Okay, let's ask the gods. My gods. Hades and Scorpio in particular, because you're the two that share the throne of Scorpio for me in my fourth house, Leo rising. Please, my gods, one card in clarity for the Scorpio collective. Prostitute archetype, sun, moon, rising sign for this. Full moon to new moon next. Breathe. What's going on for them, please? One card in clarity. Well, the Three of Wands, right? So there's an issue of loyalty here. There's an issue of waiting here. It's like you've got the on your mark, get set, but no go yet, right? The starting pistol has not fired. So there's something here about loyalty and preparation and getting your ducks in order. And right next to that deception card, it might be you're the only one who knows about this. So my sense is that maybe you are not the one being deceived, but are being a little deceptive with your intentions. Now, I am getting, for a lot of you, this is about work, and then it feels like for the rest of you, this is about a relationship. Not necessarily a sexual romantic one, by the way, but certainly it feels like we are going through the death of the narcissists right now. They're all being exposed left, right, and center. A narcissist doesn't have a snowball's chance in the underworld around me nowadays, now that I have had some revealed to me. So if you are in a toxic situation in terms of a relationship, right, where you are compromising your spirit, where your spirit is saying, get the fuck out of here, let's go, let's go, let's go, the longer you put that off, the harder it's going to be. But it feels like you have a plan, that you know what you want, or are in the process of balancing, putting together what you want with that Three of Swords. But right now, it's a great big secret. Just make sure you're doing it in a healthy way for yourself. Eventually, the truth's going to come out, because it always does. Everybody's getting busted left, right, and center, particularly what? Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, right? Oh, and of course, don't make any great, big, huge decisions right now. That might be part of your, like, if you know about astrology, you might be like, you know what? This is my plan, but I think I'm going to wait until Mercury goes direct, right? On the 20th. We're getting there little by little. Well, even then, there's the shadow period afterwards, whatever. You feeling me? I think you are. Let's ask the masters through the Chuck Spezzano love pack. Half the deck is the problem, the suit of problems, the womp womp cards, as I call them. The other three that make up the other half are the luck, the healing, and the grace suits, I should say. So my masters, please, one card in clarity for this Scorpio collective. Sun, moon, rising sign for this new moon, this full moon to new moon next, November 2019. The collective is saying the prostitute archetype, the angels, playfulness, the goddess, deception, the god, Three of Wands. So my masters, what would you like to add to this in clarity? Well, wild abandon. Now, of course, wild abandon, this is the luck deck. You know, Scorpio, of course you're going to go for, ooh, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to be running around naked in a fountain like the Go-Go's, Our Lips Are Sealed. Such a great song. That was my anthem. I think it still is my anthem, and yet I talk for a living. Wild abandon can be saying that this is a huge opportunity for you to have freedom. What is wild abandon about? It is about abandoning. But abandoning what? Abandoning a toxic situation. It feels like abandoning not the prostitute archetype, but because you can't, it's baked in. All of us have that one. But when were you abandon negotiating your spirit for comfort, right? Going with faith. Now, a lot of people won't say this, but I will. Scorpios, all signs are spiritual, but Scorpios and Pisces, I'm a Pisces moon, I have only one planet in Scorpio, and it's Neptune. That's generational. Generation X. Yes, witch. But mystical. That there's a difference between spiritual and mystical. Wordplay to an extent, I agree. But mysticism involves mysteries. So, you know, the mystery of the divine, the mystery of the divine plan. Nobody fucking knows the whole divine plan, but we can have visions, right? What is our intuition about? What is our guidance and grace? What's the point of divination if it's not about getting clues about the great mystery of the ineffable divine plan? Go watch Good Omens if you haven't. The book is better, but always is. But they did an amazing job on the book. So something about wild abandon here, which of course is about your own freedom, and that might be what you're kind of feeling on the inside too, about wanting to break away. Now I've got Tracy Ullman in my head. Yeah, go on YouTube. You already are on YouTube. Put in the word breakaway, all one word, and Tracy Ullman, as in the Tracy Ullman Show. Great song. Came out before she did They Don't Know About Us, which is actually a cover. A lot of people don't know that that's a cover. Oh, I suck at names. I forget who sang it originally, but I have it. Oh, it's, if you want, you know, go look at my music playlist. That one's public. It's in there. Why can't I remember her name? Oh, that's a sin that I can't remember her name. It'll come to me. My guys will tell me probably after I finish recording. All right, last card down, and then we'll do summation. The Whispers of Love Oracle from the higher selves of all involved, meaning your higher self, the higher self of anybody else involved here. Cool, cool. Breathe. Doing my best to. Higher selves of all involved, please. One card in clarity for this Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising sign for this full moon to new moon next. What do they need? Again, considering the collective pantheons are talking the prostitute archetype, the angel's playfulness, the goddess talking about deception, that Four of Blades, the gods talking about the Three of Wands, some sort of loyalty, waiting loyally, got a plan, not ready to act on it just yet. The Ascended Masters talking about wild abandon. So what do the higher selves of all involved here say? I'm not going to believe this. What did I say that the prostitute archetype is about faith and comfort? Have faith. Literally says have faith on the card. Trust your faith in this situation, which I'm also hearing loud and clear, is about trust your gut, trust your spirit. You may not be able to extricate yourself right now, and you know what? Doing it during Mercury retrograde isn't wise anyway, particularly Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, but a great time to rethink it. So we've got the prostitute archetype here, just to refresh your memory. The shadow places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. Well, I'm dying here, but, you know, the money's good. Or the sex is good. Or the lasagna's good. You know, whatever it is. Light attribute accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit, right? But with that, there's a playfulness, and I really do get that feeling, particularly with the card of deception there, the Four of Blades in this deck, that you're playing along, you're biding your time. You're like, tickety tick 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 tick. Wait until this fucker goes direct in my sign, and then I'll make a move, bust a move. And with that Three of Wands, you do have a plan. You do have a plan. I'm really getting this as occupational for so many of you, but I'm not going to deny there is a feeling here, particularly with this card of wild abandon, that you're ready to ditch and run for something much more emotionally fulfilling and freeing. Like you've been constrained, it feels like a long time. And for you to have faith that the guidance and the grace that you're getting is not going to destroy you, but you may have to go through a period of destruction, desolation, right? To the Tower card, the Death card, go to ashes in order to rise again. But I feel like this might be a little overdue for some of you, that you may be a little tired and really ready to abandon, where if there's just one more thing, I swear to God, I'm out of there, except I'm hearing for most of you. You've said that a bunch of times, and so the gods are like, okay, here's the one more thing, and it keeps escalating. It's like the gods start like, time to go, and you're like, Downton Abbey's on. I'm going to see the movie tomorrow, so excited. No, I'm doing laundry. Wham, 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 until eventually they drop a house on your sister. You know what I mean? All over shoes. So ridiculous. So have faith in this, my Scorpios. May you be blessed with everything that you need this full moon to new moon next. To heal, to grow, to learn, to become, to find your faith and walk forward in empowerment, to be playful about it, to keep your strategies secret if that is what necessary, to keep your plans, your loyalty to your path in place, because there's so much wild abandon. May you find the freedom that comes from wild abandon as you have faith that everything that is happening for you, my Scorps, is here to help you. Everything on the inner and outer. Love what rises within you. Whatever comes in, you don't have to like the idea that it's here to help you. In retrospect, we often see that, but I'm learning every day a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. 1 grain of sand a day. It's very Virgo. That if I can just keep it in like my eye line somewhere, my third eye line. Oh my God, third eye line. Another great name for a band. Very Scorpio band, I would think. Or Libra. Somehow this is all happening for me. All right, well, mental note, right? And then in retrospect, you look back and go, oh my God, that was the best thing that ever happened. And it feels like you have faith with this. So may this be the best thing that has ever happened to you this full moon to new moon next. Mercury retrograde in your sign and all. And so it is. May you have the very best and the very blessed of this waning season in the remaining time of Samhain. But for now, my Scorpios, hail, farewell, and blessed be.